Hello, and welcome to the first official episode of LPS Talk. I'm Leo.
I'm Orion.
And I'm Paleo.
Alright, now, let us get started. First of all, we would like to tell you what we've got done at our meeting today. So far, we've gotten some more concept art done. Don't worry, I'll get those scanned in on the site as soon as I can. We were looking for a publisher.
We're thinking THQ right now.
Yeah,
for our
but we
publisher.
really don't know if that's gonna
Right.
work. We're just gonna we're actually just collecting publisher information.
Mhm.
And
how
we're
developers get started.
yeah, and we're also what else did we do today in the meeting? We really tried to collaborate our thoughts together into working on the story, and we're just dealing with a small problem that might set us back for a few days.
We won't tell you what it is, but
Yeah.
Right.
But we're just dealing with a small problem in the storyline that once we get settled, the story will flow wonderfully. Now, we're going to get a little bit more personal with you today, but more or less, well, it'll always be dealing with video games when we say we're going to get
Yeah.
personal with you. So, we're going to go over game purchases and some games that we got. Well, let's start off with Paleo because
I've bought a lot of games this month. I've probably bought the most games I've ever bought in like 1 month. I mean, I've bought some of the things off the Wii's Virtual Console. I bought Gunstar Heroes, Super Castlevania 4, the original Super Mario Brothers. I've also bought a few PS2 games. I mean, I just got the PS2 this month. I mean, I'm really late on that.
Yeah.
But you know.
Oh, tell them what happened when you went to get the PS2.
Oh yeah, when I went to get a PS2, I mean, I went into 4 stores before I could find one, and the first store I went in was Best Buy, and they said, I asked them if they had any PS2s available, and they said no, but we have a PS3, and that just was a shock to me because like, wait, nobody has bought that yet.
Yeah, and it's pretty funny because Sony was all like, well, okay, we're going to send out the PS3s and everyone's going to buy them. And the only thing that's selling out is their older consoles, the PSPs and the PS2s. And I bet even some of the PS1s have been selling more.
They've been selling, they just stopped selling PS1s this year.
They had to stop production, most likely. I heard they stopped production, right?
Yeah.
Most likely because people were buying them, and they don't want them to buy them. They want them to buy the PS3s.
We gotta remember the PS3 is $600.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's yeah. It was costing them money too, so that might have been another reason why they stopped production. But if you ask me, a lot of their older stuff is doing a lot better than the PS3 so far. But I don't know. See, what other games did you get?
Okay, well, the PS2 games that I got were God of War, the first Sly Cooper, the first Jak and Daxter, and the second Ratchet and Clank, which is Ratchet and Clank Going Commando.
Yeah, and he hasn't played all of them yet. Oh,
Well, I have played all of them, but I haven't beaten all of them.
yeah. So you can't really say you played a game until you beat it.
Yeah.
That's what I usually say.
Yeah, in that case, I've played Sly Cooper.
I've not really played a whole lot of games then.
Well, I guess that really doesn't matter. But I know you've played a lot. Like you've at least
Yeah.
demoed. I would say if you've tried out a game, you demoed a game.
Yeah.
There's one game I've had. It's a Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. It's a older PlayStation 2 game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like at the very end of the game, but I cannot beat the last race. It's
Yeah.
forget
I have
it.
I have about 3 games that I haven't been able to finally beat the last part of, and it's kind of driving me nuts, and I kind of gave up on them. So I'm not really too worried about it anyway. I've wandered on to newer things. And also, didn't you get WarioWare the other day?
Yeah, WarioWare Smooth Moves. It is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a big collage of a
Mini
bunch of games.
Yeah. They're not even mini games. What are they?
They're micro
games. They last less than like 5 seconds, and it's just unbelievable.
Like what it does is it tells you how to use the remote for the upcoming game. It'll be like the Umbrella style or whatever, and it's like you turn a key or something to unlock a door, and it's like 3 seconds and it's over, and you
Go on to the
go on
next
the next game.
Yeah, and it's really crazy, and it just follows the traditional WarioWare style, but it's really amazing because you use the Wiimote and it's just the best. It's
Crazy.
yeah, I know.
Crazy and
There's
random.
no words for it. It's because the Wiimote is so. It's the way it's designed, and the way the motion is on it. It's just very interesting. I find it very fascinating myself. If I haven't expressed that enough already, it's just really cool. The game. It's really short. You could beat it in a day.
Or a few hours.
Or a few hours, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't unlock everything in
Yeah.
a day.
You'll have to keep playing a lot of the games, probably. Each thing, or each little
Character.
character, for
A certain.
a certain amount of time. It's
One
just,
thing
it's
I-
hard to say.
One thing everybody loves about WarioWare is when you get to unlock 9-Volt, which is
Yeah.
the
classic
character.
Nintendo.
Yeah, the character that allows you to play little different mini games that feature old classic Nintendo games.
Yeah. And more recently, we've just been getting into some of the older PS2 games because how many people really explored them? I mean, they've rated them and they've said a little bit about them, but no one's really explored. It's kind of like going back in time and
Yeah, I
unlocking
mean,
the
like
vaults.
with PS2, it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto and a lot of Final Fantasy. A lot of
all
those
that, it
franchises
kinda-
are pushed to the front,
it
and all
took
the other
over.
all the other good ones are pushed to the back, and nobody sees them anymore.
Yeah.
I think a good example of that, one of my favorite games is called Red Faction. It's kind of similar to the game we're developing right now. Basically what it is, it's you work for a mining company on Mars, and they just treat all the employees really bad, and you're basically revolting against them. It's definitely a more interesting story than that. But it's a game that you haven't lived until you played it. It's there was Red Faction 2, and it was nothing like the first one, so don't worry about that one. But Red Faction
Don't worry about that one.
Red Faction 1 was definitely a great game. It was on the greatest hits list, where they had like the special package for it and everything like that.
I believe that people pushed a lot of games aside to get to, I guess the I don't know, the milk and honey of the gaming world.
Yeah.
Milk and honey.
Honey. Had to think something there, everyone. Now, I think we're gonna start off with a topic, and